What is up, Strikers, and welcome back to the Sharp Corner, YouTube's only channel that provides consistent, competitive online gameplay footage for Mario Strikers Battle League. I'm your host, The Sharp, and welcome back to another episode. Strikers, before we get into today's gameplay content, I first just want to mention how proud I am of our club, the Sharp Cleats, for our performance last season. We ended at number 4 in the entire world. We performed admirably. We have never done this well since the club's creation, so I am really excited about what the future holds. Our goal is to be the #1 club in the world, and we can do that, but of course in order to do that we need active players, and we have had some more players join since the conclusion of the last season. Want to mention them real quick. One is Ahan. It's spelled A-A-H-A-N. Ahan. You done messed up, AA Han, because you should have joined the Sharp Cleats sooner. Really glad to have you a part of the group. Pizza Time! He's a new club member who's also joined the Discord server, already being active. Excited about that. Fuzzy Bear, another new member, brought a Pauline on board. Looking forward to see what he does. And someone named Jack. For all these new club members and for any new potential club member, keep in mind the Sharp Cleats does have its own Discord server. It's a place where we get together to discuss strategy, gear builds, how we're going to outfit our strikers, and how we can achieve the #1 spot in the world for our club. So welcome the new members, and of course we're always interested in getting new ones, and the club code for the Sharp Cleats is available at the end of every single episode, and I invite you to join. Now, one thing that we have done is we have rotated off any player who joined when the club was first created, and we just had people randomly join. Any member of the club who is on the roster now joined after the creation of this channel. And what we're doing is we are rotating people if they're not being, very active. Now, no worries if you've joined the club and you're not active. That doesn't mean you're going to get kicked off. We get it. Real life gets in the way, so you can't play every season or every 2 seasons or every 3 seasons. But maybe if it's been 2 or 3 months since you've last participated, we might rotate you off to make room for someone who does want to be a little bit more active. But you can always come back and join later once you're ready to hit the field again. But nevertheless, we do want people to be active. Our goal is to have 20 active players on the club. One of the settings you're going to notice about the club is that our goal is to improve. Our goal is not to rank #1. Our goal is not all about winning. Our goal is to improve. Because if you're improving, then you're going to climb the ranks. If you're improving, you're going to win, which is why that's our focus. You do not have to be a pro striker in order to join the Sharp Cleats. All you have to do is participate. Because if you're participating and you're working to improve, obviously you're going to help us to achieve that goal of reaching the #1 spot. So again, I invite new players to look up the Sharp Cleats, check out the club code at the end of this video. Hopefully we're going to do well next season. I'm going to keep everybody in the loop as to how that goes on our progress. But now let's get into the content for today's episode. Okay, so for today's episode, we are going to be running a brand new team. But I can't really say it's really brand new because it's very similar to a team that I first started off with when I was playing Mario Strikers Battle League, and I was realizing I was having a lot of fun and I was getting good results. I'm still getting pretty good results and I'm still having a lot of fun, but one of the things that I've noticed about myself is that I'm trying to incorporate all these things that I'm learning, and I'm kind of getting further and further away from a team that I felt was more suited to my play style. So what I want to do is I want to kind of go back to that team that I first started with when I was having a lot of fun and I was getting good results, applying the things that I've learned since then and seeing what happens. So this is a team that I call the run and gun team. Birdo is at the captain, which I know is a little different because it's not a very strong captain, doesn't have a whole lot of strength, but she does have a lot of speed, a lot of shooting, a lot of technique. For the wing positions, we're going to have these Toads that are very strong. They've got good shooting, they've got good passing. It's quite different from the beefy, strong Toad that you see a lot of competitive players use. And finally, we are going to have Bowser at the end just because I absolutely love his tackle. The only difference between this Bowser and the Bowser that I was using when I was playing Captain is that instead of the Night Gauntlets, he's got the Shellfish Gauntlets. So the idea behind this team is we're combining both fun and we're combining results. If you're having fun playing Mario Strikers Battle League, that's awesome. But if you're not getting in results, you have to wonder how fun can it be and how long are you going to stick with it. then again, if you're getting good results with it, but you're not having any fun, well, what's the point on doing it in the first place? So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a team that I'm having a lot of fun with, that is getting great results. Because when you put those things together, you got something good. So let's see how this team performs. I'd love to also get it in some club matches. We're just going to play some random opponents to do a little bit of testing, but let's see how it goes. Okay, so for this first game, we're going against Link21. Link21 is a very solid player. I've played him many times since the game's first release. So I think this will be a good team to do some testing on. Link's not going to let me down. So let's just see how this goes. Something that I like about Link21 is that he has learned how to become a little bit more patient. Always a good thing. All right. There we go, got one in. He used to be someone who I could juke out really easily. And since then, he's vastly improved. Quick shot there. But he does like to play the classic Battle League. And by that I mean he likes the hyper strikes, he will take full advantage of the items, which is, again, nothing bad, that's part of the game. But you know, one of the things that I've noticed is as I'm starting to play more competitively, I'm not as big as a fan of the hyper strikes and whatnot. Boosh, there we go. There we go. So far so good. So far so good. Again, the big thing with this team is movement. And one of the things that this team reminds me of, and one of the reasons I want to go back is because I was really struggling with, you know, some of the teams that I'm trying to play with to hang out with the top competitors. And one of the things that I compare this team to is, you guys remember the movie The Professional? Oh, I think he's probably going to get it. So the movie The Professional, you got Natalie Portman, and you know, her family has been killed and she's hanging out with an assassin, and she wants the assassin to teach her how to be an assassin. And one of the very first weapons that he trains her on is a sniper rifle. And he says, look, you know, when you're starting off, you got to be as far away from your target as possible. He says, as you get better and better, you're going to get closer and closer. So the last weapon you're going to use is the knife. If you look at these really competitive players on the Discord server, for example, I mean, they know their stuff, they know exactly what they're doing, and they get as close as to the goal as possible. They get closest to their teammates as possible, usually before doing a pass. They don't do long shots, they don't do long passes, because they're professionals. I'm not quite that professional yet, so I need a little bit more distance. Hence why I'm going with the Birdo. You know, he can do the really good long shot, but he can do the close one too. So the idea is, as I'm working up to being more professional Mario Strikers Battle League, i.e. using the knife, I'm going to keep a little bit more distance. But again, what I want to do is I want to incorporate some of these things that I've learned. Good job, Bowser. Bowser still has. Get in there. Oh! If I had $1, you know? Let's go. Get in. There we go. Nice. So the team's performing okay. One of the things I have to take advantage of is the speed. I mean, this is a very fast team. And Link is just going to get his money's worth with hyper strikes. Take for a coffee break. That's one of the nice things about playing strikers in the afternoon. If it's not a competitive matchup, get a coffee break while the hyper striking animation is taking place. All right, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. There we go. Quick goals. Quick goals. I do miss those fast passes, and I miss the long ones. See, again, I'm not getting all up close yet. But we want to take advantage of this extra speed that we have. What is Boom Boom doing? Obviously, one of the things that this team is lacking is defense. So the way you have to make up for that is through offense. I was really afraid of that. And he's just going to hang out over there. This is what Link does. And truth be told, I wouldn't be overly opposed from using the Hyper Strike, given the fact that he's used 2. Alright. Whoa. See, I mean, Link's getting a lot more patient. Alright, let's see. As long as I can keep him away from the Hyper Strike, I'm fairly happy. Oh! Titan Chip? Not feeling it. Oh! Okay. Let's go. Yeah, so I at least try to force out that fast shot. Oh, I was hoping to get a good rebound there, but I didn't. Come on. Golden goal. Oh, yes. Oh. Yeah, he's gonna shoot it. We knew he was. We knew he was. There it is. There it is. Okay. You know, one of the things is when you're playing these games, it's really kind of hard to gauge how good these teams are in competitive play when you have things like Hyper Strikes. You know, Link 21, he got 2 Hyper Strikes, and I think he got both of them off, which makes up 4 out of his 5 points. But overall, I'm pretty pleased with that. A lot less tackles. Again, the defense is what's going to hurt me. But the pass is pretty good. Possession was pretty good. All this is good stuff. So let's see if we can find another opponent to see if we can get some more play testing. But again, League 21, good solid opponent to play test this again against. But let's see if we can find someone else. And here we are with match number 2 against Juicy Fruit. The taste gets right to you. Juicy Fruit's a good player, pretty solid. I've played him many times before. We usually have some pretty close matches, so I think this will be another test for this particular team, for the old run and gun. Let's see. One thing I got to work on is my patience too. Whoop. And not to do things that are stupid. Oh, nice. Okay. Let's stop getting creative and let's see if we can get something done here. Juicy Fruit's got a lot of heavy hitting players here though. A lot of heavy hitting players. Not sure what he was going for there. Let's try to get it to Toad. Let's get some movement here. Ooh, I knew I did not like being next to Bowser. Oh my goodness. Okay, well I got away with one there. And Juicy Fruit's just throwing away his items, which is fine. Can we get one? Nope. Man, I gotta remember that I got items. I'm so used to playing that competitive play from last season that I'm not used to having these. I'm just not used to it. I'm only getting the Hyper Strike. So, oh, I'm gonna get a perfect pass there. What happened? What happened, perfect pass? Ooh, there we go. Ah! I was wondering if he was gonna let me get away with it. Clearly not. Oh, there we go. Okay. Once you get that diagonal part down. Now, one of the reasons that I'm thinking longer passes might work with a team like this is because of the speed aspect. Now, you could see right there that Toad was far ahead of who was assigned to covering him, and there was no danger of interception or being tackled. And that's kind of what I'm wondering about. That's what I'm wondering about. Get off me, Juicy Fruit. Up, up. Oh, 2 for 2. Now that time, while Luigi was perfectly covering Toad, The reaction time on Juicy Fruit was a little slow. Like, you won't get away with that against players like like Virtue. You know, he's got reaction time that's just absolutely ridiculous. So you won't get away with that with everybody. Juicy Fruit going for the Hyper Strike. Hyper Chip? No. Huh. Cap Shot. No, not happening either. Also not happening. No, we're not doing that. Up. There we go. Nice. Now you see, Birdo, he was not right in front of the goal. He had a little bit of a distance, but the pass was fast enough and Birdo's shooting was fast enough that Boom Boom didn't have enough time to respond. Get off me. Oh, that was a wasting of items. That was just poor play. I can admit it. Oh. Opted for... Oh man, that Peach is all over him. Oh man. Ah, Birdo was too close for the tight chip. But that's one thing to consider, I guess. I'm still trying to hit Bowser with Toad. One of the things that I've learned playing more competitive players, even if you can't get the tackle. Oh man, that's just bad passing. It's still good just to get the hit because it throws off the shot. Ooh. Oops. Did I get him? I got him. Alright. That was lucky. I'll admit it. I will admit it. Oh! I'm not gonna get that one. Yes! Okay. Now again, these are not solid tactics. These are very unreliable tactics because we're not as close to the goal as we may have liked to be. However, there's another one. But he's got the Hyper Strike. He's probably going to get a Hyper Strike and tie it up. Because he's got items now. At least I think he's got items now. Does he have items now? Alright, he messed that up. Yeah, he messed it up. Alright, good game, Juicy Fruit. Good game. So again, I'm pretty pleased with those results, but I know this is unreliable tactics. But that's what playtesting is all about, to see if the unreliable could be reliable. So let's see if we can get one more opponent and see if we can kind of come up with any conclusion for this. Alright, and for our last match, we are playing against X, who ironically is also using a Birdo as captain. I've played X before. From what I remember, he's a good player. He's a solid player. So this may be another good test to determine how viable this team could be. So he's kind of doing Birdo-like things where you're just looking for an open shot. You're not trying to get as close as you can to the goal, which is cool, but again, it's not as reliable as being right in front of the goal. Where are we going? Obviously, she's going to want to go to Birdo. Let's try one. Oh! Let's try one. Oh. All right. Interesting gameplay thus far. Oh. Get off me, Pauline. Oh, my goodness. You know what? I'm laying out that Toad. That Toad was a little bit too close to Boom Boom for my comfort, but that's okay. That's okay. We take those. We take those. Ooh, I thought I was going to go in. I had to use a turtle shell. It was against... See, there we go. You really got to pay attention to mixed matches for this team. You know, if you're okay when it comes to speed, it's going to work out fine. But in that case, when the coverage is really good, it's not going to work out so good. Don't worry, man. I'm not trying to get no Hyper Strike. I'm not going for the Hyper Strike. Alright, let's go. Whoa. Yeah, I'm tired of that. Nope. No Titan chip for you. Try another long ball. Nope. Again, I know that's not the best tactics, but we're trying some stuff out. Seeing what works. Will that work? Almost. But now we've got to worry about the whatchamacallit. Nice. We got it. There we go. Titan chip. Got it in. Got it in. Okay. That worked out okay. I mean, you got to... I think your IQ definitely has to be a little bit higher for a team like this, and I don't know if I have it. I don't know if I have it, okay? But we're doing okay. We're hanging in there. We're ahead by 1. It's just the lack of defense. The lack of defense is what's going to kill you. Oh! That was illegal. Come on. Oh, okay. Well, let's just do that then. Alright. Now, if I didn't have an item there, he probably could have just walked down the field with Pauline, just taking her time, which is why it also has me a little bit worried when it comes to competitive play. But X is responding really well, you know? Every goal I make, he's responding with one, so one of the things that this team is going to depend on is making goals. Now again, Pauline was covering Toad up there perfectly well. X just tackled in the wrong direction. But if you get a more competitive player, what's going to happen? Ooh, thank you, Boom Boom. Is they're going to make that tackle and you're not going to make a goal. Oh, I didn't realize I had a mushroom there. I was kind of hoping I had something else. But we got a minute left. Oh! Yeah, I went for the item instead of the defense. But honestly, this team doesn't have a lot of defense anyway, so... Let's see what X is going to do, though. Alright, quick little goal there, little tap shot. Little tap shot, not too bad. Now, it is very fortunate that he does not have a captain that's got a lot of strength, because if he did, what would happen here? Yeah. Oh, dang it. If he had one there, he would immediately hit Birdo down. My formation would be disrupted, and I'd have to, scramble a little bit until everybody got on their feet. Speaking of scrambling a little bit, let's see if we can keep this thing out. Alright, only kept him to 1. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Now, back in the day, what I would do is if I was down, one of the reasons I have so much technique on this Birdo is because if I was down a couple points, you get those items at the start, you just launch those items out, you get the Hyper Strike, and you get 2 points. So this team was a lot more formatted for, the classic, this version of Mario Strikers, not the competitive rule set. So it works out really well for this. Ooh. Oh, excellent. That was so good. I saw it coming too, but I'm like, who do I pass it to? Team tackle is one of the things that I definitely need to improve on. Oh, he did it again. He did it again. All right, well, let's just see what we can do here. Oh. Nice. Nice. I can't fault him there. I can't fault him there. Good game, X. Good game. Good game. Okay, so for this particular team, is it viable? When it comes to competitive gameplay, I don't think it is. I think the lack of defense is going to be atrocious. I think not having a very strong captain is going to break up that formation. To be completely transparent, even before I was recording, I was doing some play testing with this team, and when I went against higher level players, they ate it for lunch. I got a lot of goals, but they would score a ton of goals on me, and I just didn't have enough offense to make up the difference. The defense was killing me. But this team is a lot of fun. I enjoy the quickness, I enjoy the shooting, but in a competitive gameplay, I think I probably have to find something else. But I'm going to keep coming back to this, and hopefully I'll find elements of this team to incorporate into my competitive team so that it's more conducive to my playstyle. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed this footage of this episode. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button to help support the channel. If you're interested in joining the club code will be presented at the end of this episode, as it is at the end of every episode. So until next time, I'm The Sharp. Thanks for watching.